Rachel Carson. I was born in Springdale, Pennsylvania on May 27, 1907. My father was a very wealthy man. He owned about 65 acres of land. On that land, me, my mother, and my dog named Candy loved to walk through the forest, and I would ask my mom many questions about the wildlife that I saw. When my mom couldn't answer the questions that I was throwing at her, me and my mom would look them up in a book. I sadly could not pay for my college, but fortunately I got a scholarship to the Pennsylvania College for Women, which was luckily the college that both me and my mother wanted me to go to. The Pennsylvania College for Women was 16 hours away from Springdale. Springdale is where I was born and my parents grew up. I started college in 1925 and graduated 4 years later. This means that I graduated college in 1929. I loved writing books, and I loved the ocean and the sea. So several of these books that I wrote were Under the Sea, which I published on April 3rd, 2007, and The Sea Around Us, which I published on July 1951. I decided that I should start thinking about what I wanted to do with my life. I started to think that I wanted to be a marine biologist. I became a marine biologist and studied I studied the ocean for many years. I also kept writing, and another book that I wrote was The Edge of the Sea, which was published in 1955. After I felt like I had done my best with being a marine biologist, I decided that I wanted to look into how I could be a better person and how I could help the world a little bit more. So I found out that a pesticide called DDC was hurting the environment around us and hurting the people. So I started to talk in front of crowds, minus my slight stage fright. I started to decide that I wanted to show the world about DDC in a different way. So I started to write Silent Spring, which was published on September 27, 1962. Sadly, the pesticide companies did not like what I said because I was giving them a bad reputation, which they did deserve because their pesticide was hurting humanity. So they threw out horrible comments about my gender and started to try and make me look bad. Luckily, I gained President John F. Kennedy's attention, and he started to look into my work a little bit more.